Hello everyone, Mauro here. In this video, we're going to look at the new features and changes that Microsoft is rolling out with the Windows 11 May 2025 update. Before leaving any comments about some of these changes not being available on your computer, consider that Microsoft rolls out and enables new features and changes gradually, and some improvements might not be available on every market. Also, Microsoft can always delay and cancel new features at any time. Okay, let's dive into the new changes coming to the May 2025 update for Windows 11 24H2. But before, please subscribe to the channel and click the like button to help YouTube show this video to more people. It doesn't cost anything and you will be helping the channel and supporting my work. Also, remember to visit my website for more tutorials and tech news. Okay, first, let's look at the mobile sidebar that now we're going to see on the start menu. And in here, you will have quick access to access and send text messages, make phone calls, and access to your photos available on your phone. You also have your recent activities at the bottom, and this can be text messages, photos, or phone calls as well. Now, at the bottom, you're also going to find an option to send files. And from here, you can select or drop the file that you want to send to your device. Now, if you click right here, this will give you some options to access the start settings, to customize your recent activities, and open the phone link. Now, it's important to note that technically you're not going to start a phone call from the mobile sidebar. Instead, this is a link that will open the phone link where you have the interface to make phone calls through the phone link that connects to your phone, as you can see it right here. Now, if you want to control this feature, you need to go to the Settings app, and then on System, actually we go to Personalization, and then on Start, you're going to find this option right here. And if you turn it off, then you will disable the sidebar. Also, the new sidebar will be available after linking your mobile phone with your computer using the Phone Link app on Windows 11 and the Link to Windows app available on your phone. I know for sure that this feature works on Android, but it should also work with iPhone devices. Now, this quality update doesn't include anything significant for the taskbar, but it addresses issues with the icons and navigation using the arrow keys. And also, starting with this particular update, Microsoft is fixing the icons that you create on the desktop, so they will no longer show the accent color backplate. So now if we go to the All menu and then we drag a link into the desktop, it will create a shortcut with a bigger icon, and we're no longer going to see that back plate. Also, starting with this update, the Windows Update settings will show the estimate time on how long the computer will be offline to install updates. Now, starting with the May 2025 update, Windows 11 is finally rolling out the Windows Recall feature for Copilot+ PCs. So this far, we have been able to access Recall on Windows 11, but it was only available for users with computers enrolled in the Windows Insider program. But now the company will start gradually rolling out this feature to everyone with a Copilot+ PC. So basically, Windows Recall is a new feature that uses AI to take screenshots of everything you do on the computer and then makes everything searchable using natural language. According to the company, this AI feature will be available starting in early 2025 in most markets, but in the European Economic Area, it will roll out later this year. Also, Windows Recall is optimized for select languages such as English, Chinese Simplified, French, German, Japanese, and Spanish. I do recommend you to watch my other video on how to get started with Windows Recall, which also includes the steps to uninstall this component if necessary. The link is right here, but you can also check it on the video description. But just to give you a quick recap, this is the interface for Windows Recall, and right here at the top we have the timeline slider that allows you to move between the different snapshots on your computer depending on the day. Here we have the search experience for Windows Recall, so you can type anything you want. So I'm just going to look for, and as you can see here, we have the results for everything that matches settings. And as you can see, we have all pages that I looked at in the Settings app. And right here, if we open this, we can interact in different ways with the snapshot. For example, at the bottom, we're going to see the options available. So right here, the feature recognizes that this is the Settings app. So if we click right here, that will open the Settings app. But as you can see, it opens on the home page and it doesn't actually open on the page that you have the snapshot taken. Now, what you see right here, all this text and objects that we can highlight and get access to different options that we can use. This is part of the feature called Click to Do, which works inside of Recall and outside. So if we select an image, for example, we're going to have these options. So we can open this particular object with the snipping tool, paint and photos. We can ask Copilot about this particular element, and then we have different options that we can use with this particular image. Now, if we select some text, we're going to have different options. Here we can open the selection with Notepad in Visual Studio Code because these are the text editing apps that I have in this computer. We can also search the web with the selection, and we can ask Copilot about this particular selection of text. So if I click this, it will open the Copilot app on Windows 11. And the text will be pasted on the command prompt right here. From here, we can also copy the snapshot and we can delete the snapshot or anything related to settings. And the available options right here will also vary depending on the snapshot that you're looking at. Now, on the taskbar, we're going to find a Windows Recall button that allows us to pause the feature, and we can also open the application from here. We can also click right here, and this will take us to the settings for the Recall feature. If you use this option, you can turn on and off the AI feature, and you can control the storage right here. This feature allows you to filter apps and websites that you don't want Recall to take a snapshot from. Okay, so I already talked to you about Click to Do, but now let me show you how the feature works outside of Recall. So you can find the feature from the Start menu, and I already pinned it right here on the taskbar. So I can open this, and let's do that again. And as you open it, it's going to take a screenshot of whatever is on the screen at that time. And basically, you can take the same actions that you were able to do on Windows Recall. So from here, we can select some text, right click on it, and we're going to see that we have the options to open this with another app. We can search the web and ask Copilot about this particular text. And we also, because of the selection, we have other Copilot actions such as summarize, create a bulleted list, and we can also rewrite it. Now we can also use a search box to find anything in this particular snapshot. Let's type like privacy, and as you can see, highlights the text that we're looking for. We can also use voice to search. That's how the Click to Do feature works on Windows 11. Now it's important to note that the number of actions that you can use with this particular feature will depend on the capabilities of the computer, and the options will also vary on the region that you're using this feature. Now, in addition to open Click to Do from the Start menu or by pinning the icon to the taskbar, you can also use the Windows key and mouse click or the Windows key plus Q keyboard shortcuts, and you can also open it from the snipping tool or print screen feature. Finally, it is important to note that this feature will arrive later this year for the European Economic Area. Also, for Copilot Plus PCs, the May 2025 update for Windows 11 is rolling out the Semantic Indexing feature. So Semantic Indexing is a technique that enhances your computer's way to index files and make them searchable. By using AI, particularly natural language processing, semantic indexing allows Windows 11 to understand the meaning behind the query that you use on search. This will allow you to find files, settings, and other content using natural language. Now, you can tell that you have the semantic indexing enabled on your computer because you're going to see that the search icon will have like this new icon, which is like 2 stars, as you can see right there, and it will appear on the search box right here on the taskbar, also on the Start menu. And if we go to the Settings app, we're going to find the icon right here too, and also in the Settings app, as well as on Windows Recall and Click to Do. So pretty much everywhere where search is available, you will be able to find this feature. Now, semantic indexing is not replacing the Windows search feature. Instead, they both work together. Even further, Microsoft recommends to enable this option to enhance the searchability of your files. In addition, the AI feature works to find photos stored and saved in OneDrive, as well as for images stored locally on your computer. So let me just give you an example. If we go to the gallery page on my computer and then I look for bear, you can see that I have an image that I created using AI of a bear, but on the file, you're not going to find any keywords about a bear being on the image. Now, if we go to the properties for the image and then we go to details, we're not going to find any type of keywords or anything that will tell search that this image is from a bear. In this case, it's a bear like drinking coffee. So basically, semantic search is looking into the image to surface the file. Finally, exact matches for keywords within the text of your cloud files will also appear in search results. The new search works with specific text, images, documents, and is optimized for select languages including English, Chinese Simplified, French, German, Japanese, and Spanish. Now, this quality update also rolls out the speech recap feature for Narrator, which allows you to keep track of the spoken words from Windows Narrator for quick reference. So right here, I turn on Narrator and then I let the feature to speak and then I paused it, and using the Narrator key, Alt and X keyboard shortcut, open the speech recap interface. And as you can see, this is all the words spoken by Narrator. Now, if you want to copy all the text directly without having to open a speech recap, you can use the Narrator key, Control X keyboard shortcut. It's important to note that once you restart Narrator, the recap will clear automatically. Now, in this update, Microsoft is also updating the homepage for File Explorer that includes a new recommended section that will surface your recent Microsoft 365 files, as you can see in this example. Now, as part of the changes for File Explorer, now if you try to change the text size settings. So now if you try to change the text scaling setting from the Settings app, now File Explorer will also respect this setting across the app for the different dialog boxes, such as for Open and Save As and others. Microsoft also notes that it is improving performance for extracting zip content and fixing the address bar not showing the path correctly. And finally, to share an image, you will now find an option, as you can see on this example, that allows you to actually edit the image without having to open another application, that allows you to crop, rotate, and add filters before sharing the feature. You will also notice that I have a compress option, but that's from a different build and that might come in the future. So basically you will be able to select a file for sharing and you'll be able to compress it before sending it. Now, the last thing that I wanted to point out is that if your computer supports the Studio Effect features, if you're opening the camera for the first time, the feature will enable the automatic framing filter automatically. Of course, you can always open the Studio Effect settings from quick settings to control the auto framing filter and other filters. Now, starting with this update, Microsoft is also opening the widgets experience for developers so they can create interactive widgets for the operating system using their existing web content. And finally, the May 2025 update will also roll out with fixes and other changes. So make sure to check the video description to find the link to my written article that includes all the most up-to-date changes that we're going to find in this particular update. Let me know in the comments what you think about these changes. Like the video, share it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet, and I just hope this video was informative for you, and I would like to thank you for viewing.